Hello and welcome again to another episode of The Darren Green Show, your one-stop shop for celebrity gossip, news, and music, pop culture, and the latest gab on social media. Be sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, to leave your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, girl, what are we doing? Subscribe to that goddamn channel, okay? And to the audio listeners, hey, how y'all doing? Please be sure to rate the podcast. We need y'all over there on the audio lands of the lands. It's Apple Podcasts, it's Spotify, and wherever else you get your audio podcasts. We're on Audacity. Shout out to not Audacity, honey. We're on Odyssey. Okay, shout out to Odyssey. Let's give them a bomb. And we're on a lot of the different platforms like iHeartRadio and all that good stuff. So please, go ahead, listen. Let me just move my mic for a little bit. Let me move my mic over here a little bit, child. I'm sorry for the audio listeners, child. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see this, but look, y'all. Come on. Like, it is definitely giving. No, let me tell y'all something, right? So I saw this shirt, and look, I ain't gonna tell you where I got this, because y'all ain't gonna clock me. Girl, I'm kidding. I got this off the TikTok shop. This is a cute shirt. Now, this is not the actual brand, child, because I know there's a brand that's like, that does shirts like this. I don't know off the top of my head. I be seeing it on my Pinterest, and I'm like, I want that damn shirt. Like, I want it so bad. So I'm going to eventually get the real deal. You get what I'm saying? But I saw this on the TikTok shop. I'm like, when I got my size and everything, and I'm like, oh, this is definitely giving. It's definitely it's one of those things that it's just like, I want to start getting clothes that I don't normally, like, you know, I'm always in a t-shirt, a hoodie, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm a casual queen. You know, but I want to start wearing clothes that are like different, you know, and more avant-garde and more, you know, like, I'm into street fashion. I'm a big street fashion fan. Like, let me tell you something. I'm just not really, I'm getting back into my styling and stuff like that. Cause people used to say I really could dress back then, but now after working, child, when you work and you have like a specific attire, it's kind of hard to find clothes outside of that when you're outside, because I work full time. So it's like I'm full time in khakis and polo shirts and stuff. And, you know, you tend to just wear that. And, or if not, you're wearing just like casual stuff just to get out of that dish of, you know, your work attire. I don't know why I'm going on about that, but I don't know. I love when I try something new and I actually like it. Like I definitely thought, I was like, I don't know about this shirt. When I got it, I was like, girl, I know it's not going to hug my body right. It's not going to make everything look good. I got my little trainers under it and stuff like that. So everything is tucked and, you know, packed in and stuff like that. So it does look decent. I can see putting like a bomber jacket over this, or maybe getting like a nice little cute little leather jacket or something like that. That's something I saw on Pinterest. But yeah, you're going to be seeing more fashions. But anyway, a lot has happened since our last episode. Shout out to y'all for watching, you know, the views that I got from the last episode. Antoine Black, he was just a fun time. It was a great time doing the episode with him. I was very worried that it wasn't going to come out right, because sometimes when I do like the back and forth, I ain't gonna talk about the behind the scenes stuff, because I know y'all don't care about it. Y'all don't know nothing about that child. But it was a lot to try to get that show together. But, you know, we had good connection. He's definitely coming back on the show. He said he wanted to come back on my 300th episode. Well, I'll hold him to it. Okay. I'll probably have some more people on as well. So yeah, that happened. Girl, we got the inauguration. Girl. And I'm not talking political. Like, I'm gonna lightly speak on it because we do have a topic that we have to talk about. But we're not going to be heavily political. I don't want to talk about all the damn executive orders that orange man made. I'm not going to do that here. We're going to lightly talk about that because we have to talk about something else within that topic. So yeah, that happened. I started blogging. Okay. All right. Can we get a bomb? You know, here's the thing. I never really was into like the whole journalism aspect of what I'm trying to get into. Like, I'm more talk radio. But in order to have these type of shows and these type of platforms, you got to write. I dread writing. I cannot wait, and I'm being real honest, I cannot wait till I get to the point where my podcast, I have a whole team. I have a Hot Topics team. Y'all are writing for me. Y'all ain't gonna write my words or what I'm gonna say, my commentary. But to get the news and stuff like that, I can't wait till I get a team for that. Because, girl, it's not giving. But you know what? I started blogging because it was this person that told me that, hey, you need to get back into blogging because that's just like a good stepping stone into, something that you can add to your resume and all this stuff. So I never really thought about it like that. So I literally started today, or a couple days ago actually, and you will be getting it for the YouTube listeners. You will be getting some stories on the community tab that gives you kind of like a hint of what I'm going to be talking about on the next episode. Also, Instagram, obviously, we're going to be posting on there a lot. But I'm not going to do it's not going to be like the Shade Room Girl. I think what happened when I started blogging, I'm only one person. So trying to keep up with these other blogs that have like multiple other contributing writers and stuff like that's not possible. I'm going to write about the stuff that I actually care about and the stuff that interests me and I want to have a commentary on. And those are going to get posted. Those are going to be what I choose to write about and stuff like that. But you ain't going to be hearing, girl, I'm not doing Cardi B changes toothpaste brands. Like I'm not doing like the frivolous, trivial topics. It's going to be like more, when the news happens, when the news drops, honey, when the news drops, that's when you're going to see me. Okay. And I actually like what I've made. I think I made like at least 5 this week. It's more to come. Anyway, guys, we got to get into some things. We got to talk about this war on DEI and equal opportunity. Then we got to talk about how DJ Akademiks is facing backlash and they're saying he possibly could be canceled this time. Girl, we'll see about that. ASAP Rocky is going to the Slammer, allegedly, child. We'll get into that. And also Bruno Mars is, I don't know, the rent due or something. What's going on with this new music, honey? Let's get into it. All that more coming up on the Darren Green Show. Okay, now we can start on what I like to call the war on DEI. Okay, now it really all started, with Trump. Okay, Trump really kicked off his new administration with a bang. There is so much that happened in the course of a week since he's been in office. Literally the day of his inauguration, just as he said, okay, he went to this little desk, okay, and he started signing executive orders left and right, okay? And there, like I said, when in the beginning of this intro, I'm not going to be getting into the ins and outs of everything. We will mention some things. We will mention like different things that he, talked about. We're not going to analyze everything, but we're just going to talk about the main, like the meat and potatoes of a lot of the stuff that he was trying to, put in place and reverse and all that, flip it, hit it, and all that good stuff. Most notably, right? Trump signed a new executive order Tuesday canceling the 1965 civil rights rule that helped prevent job discrimination by federal contractors and granted recipients. His order also directs federal agencies to investigate private companies that use diversity-focused hiring practices. Trump criticized the diversity programs as dangerous and claims that they are unfairly favor certain groups based on race, sex, or disabilities. He argued that these practices violate the civil rights laws and discriminate against others. Okay. And that was just the icing on the cake. Okay, he rolled back a lot of different stuff with his executive orders. I mean, these executive orders affect specifically the Latin community, Black community, and also the LGBT community. The LGBT community, as recognizing of 2 genders, with Black people was more the DEI initiatives, on the federal level. He's trying to also end the birthright. Citizenship for, the Latin Americans that come here that are born actually in this country, but their parents weren't. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of things. He even talked about cutting back on FEMA, and that's something that's put in place for certain states that, go through like a lot of hardships when it comes to the climate and everything. And to see him even talk about doing that, it's just, it's asinine. Like I said, I'm not going to get into everything. I mean, he talked about how he doesn't want to help out California, or I feel like the country should kind of roll back in funding and stuff like that. He went to LA and was going back and forth with the LA mayor and it's a mess. I'm just going to say it is a mess. And because of this, right? Because of all this has happened, pushing back on the DEI initiatives, after this revelations, many companies took the time to really show their asses, okay? And some of the companies in question, Walmart, Amazon, of course, you know, we knew that. And most recently, child, Target. Where's Target at? There we are. Target. They are scaling back their DEI efforts in support, and you know, that ends up, you know, they support Black businesses and different products. And I've noticed, like, for the longest, like, Target has put on a lot of people, put on a lot of Black businesses. I know that the Ghetto Gastro, which is a new, like, Black-owned Pop-Tart brand, Pop-Tart-like brand, their stuff is sold in Walmart and Target and all that stuff. It definitely surprised me about Target, because Target was very, like, I want to say Target was one of the first to really roll out the, you know, these initiatives in uplifting of Black entrepreneurs and Black products. I see a lot of Black owned products when the occasional times where I do go to Target, because I ain't really got a dog in this fight, because a lot of people are trying to boycott it now. I ain't got a dog in this fight. I ain't never shopped at Target like that. Like, I wasn't an avid shopper. I've got stuff there before. I've always felt, and I talked about this to my best friend, I've always found that Target has, like, a lot of original products. Like, for example, if this makes sense, like, I'm into, like, the oil pulling. The stuff gets out the yigums and something, like, it's called Guru Nanda's oil pulling, right? I go to Target, you won't get that brand. You'll get something similar. Okay, you'll get an oil pulling brand, and I was like, oh, okay, well, Target doesn't have it. Let me just get this because it's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. It does not do the same thing as Guru Nanda. It's like, Target has a lot of stuff that, me personally, I don't care. Now, some other people may. That's more power to you. But I never found the interest in Target. Target was always just a pretty looking store that don't really got shit. It was a pretty looking store that don't got stuff. They got the little pretty little red carts. Okay, you can go to Starbucks in there. You got a little area where you can eat. Everything is, like, you know, organized and looks pretty, but you really can't, it's nothing really there of any value to me. I mean, my parents used to go to Target all the time when I was a kid. I liked it because of the toys, but I mean, it's a dime a dozen, child. You can go to Walmart. But anyway, they trying to boycott. Well, people are trying to boycott Walmart now. They're trying to boycott Walmart, Amazon, and now Target, and just any other companies that, you know, will follow suit. And spoiler alert, Disney is next. Disney is going to roll back on a lot of their inclusivity initiatives and all that other bull crap. You're going to start seeing more white characters in the movies now. They ain't gonna have no person of color, no person of sexuality, whatever. All that's going to be. They already started that anyway. They really already started that. They said, I remember there was an article that came out some months ago where they said that they want to scale back on having queer representation in a lot of, like, the movies that they're going to come out with Pixar and stuff. So I already know Disney is going to really roll back. And at the end of the day, like, people have looked at Disney. A lot of conservatives, people on the right, have looked at Disney as the enemy. And now they've boycotted Disney because they feel like they're indoctrinating their kids. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. People want to do these boycotts. Like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight. What I found weird, however, when we're talking about this topic is how, I guess we can bring her up. Did y'all see Tabitha Brown's freaking response to all this, girl? Did y'all see it? Did y'all hear it? Okay. Because I heard glimpses of it. And I seen some quotes. And I was like, I know damn well we're not having this conversation today. Tabitha, are we serious? This is what she said, child.
Hello there. Y'all all right? I know. It has been a tough week, right? And baby, it's been a tough 2025 and we are still in January. But I know many of you are asking and have asked and sent me messages about the recent DEI announcements at Target as well. And as disheartening as it is for me, I'm not the only one affected by this, right? It's for everyone who is a woman-owned business, minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. It's for so many of us who work so very hard to be placed into retail, to finally be seen and approved for retail. Because contrary to whatever the world might tell you, it has been very hard for Black-owned businesses to hit shelves, right? Which is why it's such a big deal when we do finally land inside of retail. So it is definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported, right? However, I am in multiple ways with Target, with Walmart, and Amazon, right? I sell Donna's Recipe, my hair care products, right, are on Amazon. They're also in Target. And of course, I have a huge partnership with Target. I sell my seasonings at Walmart. I do business all over, just like many other people. And what I can tell you is, if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations. Listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected, and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process. And then you got to, like, where you going to put it? You got to have a place to store it. That's money, right? You got to have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right? But the thing that concerns me the most, and I want you to hear me and hear me well, if we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, you know, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, oh, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right? Now, I know that something that could solve it is ownership of these big corporations, right? It's a long way to go there, but it is easier said than done, but it's not impossible. But until then, and in order to get there, we unfortunately have to play the game. And in playing that game, we got to be smarter than the ones who think they're in control. Okay? And I say that to say, don't allow trying to be mindful with how I say this, because I want God to give me the right words, but don't allow foolishness to take us into separation and weed us out. Do you understand? Because sometimes that's what they want. And in times like this, they're telling us that. Okay? So as frustrating as
Okay, so this I'm gonna stop here because I think she said enough. Okay, so what I got from this was, and let's be clear, I do understand. I kind of understand where she's coming from to a certain extent. I'm not gonna ride the fence all the way because I still feel like nobody kind of asked you for this. Now, granted, maybe your following has been DMing you and commenting under other posts saying that, hey, are you going to talk about this? Are you going to talk about this? I know a lot of people thought about it, like when they said Target was rolling back the DEIs. I know the first thing, rolling back the DEI initiatives, the first thing people were talking about was like, oh my God, Tabitha Brown, like, are you okay? Like, is everything fine? Like, what's going to happen? But I mean, I wouldn't have said that, okay, when you start to boycott, the products and not show up and buy my content and stuff like that, then the companies will be like, oh, well, you're not meeting the demands, so we have to take your stuff off the shelves. Well, here's the thing, and I just saw this tweet before I even made this video, and this is from the Today Show. In addition to other efforts, the retailer will also end a program that's focused on carrying more products from Black and or minority-owned businesses. They're going to cut them anyway, babes. They're going to cut them anyway, whether you're meeting the demands or not. They don't want you here. This whole thing of, oh, well, you have to play the game and this, that, and the third. No, I don't want to play a game that does not have my interests, that does not support me, and does not want to showcase me or brands that are people of color in their stores. I feel like at this point, they don't want my dollar. So I'm not going to give it to them. Tabitha? They're gonna boycott it. You're gonna have to sell your stuff online. People will show up. And actually, you could have said nothing and then just kept your stuff on the shelf. Like, I don't think, there would have been people that would have still came for you and stuff like that, saying, oh, you would sell out this, that, and the third. That anybody would have been caring about those people. You could have said nothing. Okay. Or if you was gonna say something, stand in solidarity with the people. Because what it looks like, my businesses are affected because y'all want to do this boycott. It's a very me situation on why you don't want us to boycott these stores. And it's not because of anything of logic. Like it's your interests. And I think that it kind of it pissed me off, but it's so left field coming for Tabitha. I didn't see this coming. I didn't see this take coming. I thought that she just wasn't gonna say nothing. Okay, let it rock or whatever. Because at the end of the day, people are still gonna be buying your products at Target. Like, it's not like this boycott. It's gonna hurt Target, Walmart, and Amazon's pockets, because at the end of the day, they are the juggernauts in retailers. Like, they're the juggernauts of the retail organization, like community, whatever you want to call this. These emporiums. What is a store like a Walmart is called? Like, it's an emporium. That means it sells like a whole bunch of other stuff. It's Walmart, it's Target, and it's Amazon. Amazon is really killing it. Okay, because they have the whole, you buy it online and you get it shipped to you. You ain't got to worry about leaving your house. Amazon is really killing these girls. But people that still like to go out and buy stuff, like Walmart is 100% more convenient than a lot of these grocery stores now. And with the prices, it is going to be hard to boycott. But the fact that you're shutting it down because of you got your products in there. And we're going to see a lot of people that have their products that are sold at these stores say similar things. Tabitha has opened the door for that now. And it's going to get real ignorant. And girl, at the end of the day, they're going to cut your stuff anyway. Because that's what they want. That the reason why you got this deal, yes, because of your following, yes, because of your persona and the work that you put in, like you are an influencer, you are very popular. But one of the main reasons why they got you on is because of these initiatives. They're taking that away. So there's no point for you to even still be in there. I'm not saying you need to leave or you need to cut ties. I say, look, keep going till the wheels fall off, but I'm letting you know, you better hope that your stuff is still on the shelf after first quarter. Sales or not, boycott or not, they're getting y'all out of here. It's weird. It is divisive, and part of me do understand what she's talking about. Like, it's like the part where she said, like, they're doing this so that we can be disconnected and we can have these little banters and stuff like that. I get that. That's what they wanted this. They wanted all of this, and it's so unfortunate that it took this administration for these companies to really show their true colors. Like, and I wish they would have standed on that. They should have been like that. Because now your DEI practices is only contingent of who's in office. That's what I hate about big brands. I mean, the small brands too, but you know, they're not really in this league right now. But the big brands, y'all really just go for anything. Y'all go for anything that's the norm now. Oh, it's the norm to pull back on DEI. So now let me do it on my company. It's weird. We're in a weird time, child. I have nothing else to say, child. We're 30 minutes into this podcast and we just did the first topic. Girl, let me move on, girl. Now, another thing that I want to get into, this goddamn chipmunk. Okay. DJ Akademiks, he's under fire. Okay. Now, apparently, I'm not gonna play the video because I feel like this is beyond like unethical and just it's illegal. It's grooming, okay, of a 15-year-old. Anyway, so Akademiks is in some hot water as he was heard on a live stream with a 15-year-old seemingly trying to persuade this boy to have sexual intercourse with adults, men specifically. The situation sparked a wave of backlash on Friday night. When the clips began to circulate on social media, Akademiks joined a Twitch streamer known as Nor God. I think the X is considered an O. I don't know. I don't know what these streamers' names and stuff. And the conversation took a disturbing turn. The boy, who is a fan and a follower of the famous streamer, had asked DJ Akademiks if Max said that he wanted to try to F a dude, or would you let him F? It's weird. Like, I don't even feel comfortable saying this shit. Okay. When the teenager said no, Akademiks questioned why even claiming the act could get him more access. In another clip, Akademiks asked the teen if another 15-year-old could bust him down. Like, this is so like that's why I said I didn't want to play the video, because reading the things is even just Now, Akademiks asked during another part of the stream if Norgod would sleep with somebody's sister, child. It's another streamer's sister. And again, the 15-year-old said that he would not because he's only 15. And since, you know, she was an adult, it would be grooming. Akademiks continue pressing him on the matter, which another man on the line claiming the boy was scared of women. Now, and this is where that quote ends. This is when this little excerpt ends, and I'm going to get into my notes, because a lot of people are saying that, oh, well, you know, Akademiks, you know, he might really get canceled this time. And my thing is, this girl canceled. Cancel culture is dead. Okay, let's be very clear on that. Cancel culture is dead. Nobody's getting canceled anymore. Okay, clearly we have convicted felons and rapists running the country. Like, that's definitely not happening. I think DJ Akademiks did make a response. You know, I was trying to scour the internet to really find it. You know, him, because he was crashing out. Like, he was saying, I don't even do this for real. I'm a podcaster and this, that, and the third. Like, y'all trying to look. Here's the thing, and there's other streamers that are not re-uploading, but they're reacting to that part of his stream and really coming for him. So it's like, this is not just like the public or social media. This is his colleagues or his fellow streamers and stuff like that. They have definitely spoke on the situation and said that it was very weird. Y'all got to really watch some of these streamers. They be on for like 4 or 5 hours. You know, there'll be parts in there, child. Y'all better, some of these other streamers, y'all better hope nobody's looking through y'all replays and trying to figure out with some things that you done said. Because, you know, you on there for like 4 or 5 hours and you're liable to say some stuff that you normally wouldn't say. And we know that DJ Akademiks likes to get a little sauced up during his streams. Like, he be drinking and doing whatever else, child, behind closed doors. I just, you know, I don't think he's going to get canceled because, like, at the end of the day, DJ Akademiks has literally said everything. He's literally said all the most deplorable things that you can think of. And I find it so weird that we went on this little, like, a couple of months ago or so, you went on this whole homophobic rant with Saucy Santana, and you telling, like, not for nothing, this, you're talking about a child here. This is like literally grooming, but also, like, as a straight man, you know, what are we saying here? What is going on? Like, what's happening? did I miss something? Did I miss a chapter? It's weird. It's deplorable. And, I would like to see him get canceled. I don't think that will be the case. There's going to be people that's going to continue to watch and support DJ Akademiks for an array of reasons. And, people don't really care. Like, they're going to look at this as like, oh, this is like banter. This is like streaming banter or something like that. Kai Cenat gets into that too. Yeah, but Kai Cenat, he kind of totes the line a little bit, Like, he doesn't go too, well, sometimes he does. But not as much as Akademiks. Akademiks can get real raw, raunchy, and nasty. Just real gutter snipe vibes, okay? It's weird, but y'all will tell me what y'all think about that in the comments. We can move on because I did want to talk about A$AP Rocky for a second because apparently he going to jail. Yeah, girl, he going to jail, girl. Well, allegedly, honey. Well, we don't know yet, child. Here's the thing. I'm going to read this little excerpt. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. A$AP Rocky, his trial had begun on Friday in Los Angeles, where the rapper is accused of firing a gun at his former friend. Now, the rapper faces up to 24 years in prison if convicted on 2 felony assault charges in 2021. The incident near a Hollywood hotel. In opening statements on Friday, prosecutors described the rapper as the aggressor and claimed he orchestrated a plan to shoot his childhood friend following a disagreement. The Grammy-nominated hip-hop star, who is also a fashion mogul and a longtime partner of Rihanna, has pleaded not guilty and denied allegations. The victim, the fellow artist and childhood friend, Terrell Epron, we're just going to call him Terrell from now on because I don't know their last name, child. But he testified last year that the bullets grazed his knuckles when the rapper opened fire in his direction at Hollywood, just 1 block from the iconic Hollywood Walk of Fame. He said that he decided to seek medical treatment at the hospital after flying back to New York. Now, authorities say that the shooting happened November 6th in 2021 after a heated discussion in Hollywood between the rapper and Terrell, who were both part of the A$AP Mob hip hop collective and have known each other since a very long time in high school. A jury of 7 women and 5 men was selected over the course of 3 days. This week was the opening arguments, and it kicked off on Friday, like I said. And speaking of those juries, all of them are non-black. A$AP, I hate to add insult to injury, but that's gonna be difficult, okay, to really sway them, I mean, even I remember when they were selecting the jurors, like they were asking them questions about like Rihanna and stuff. They would say, "Are you a Rihanna fan? Like, do you listen to her music? Are you getting into her Fenty? Do you have any Fenty products?" Like, I'm like, what is going on? What y'all ask about Rihanna for? But I mean, I get it. They have to make sure that people are not biased. Y'all couldn't find no black jurors though. I think that's kind of weird because and call me always using the race card or whatever the case is. But when it's a fully non-black like juror and there's a black person that's on trial and being prosecuted, it's just not a good look because how do we know that the jury is not going to have a racial bias? I think that's kind of weird, and I think that he's gonna really have some hurdles. What else I want to say? Yeah, they also reported that A$AP refused to take a plea deal. They said the plea deal would ruin his career, which probably would because they probably would give him like, I'm not saying he'll get max, but I mean any type of years. I mean ruin his career though. I mean like A$AP, you kind of. Is the career in the room with us a little bit? Because I haven't seen you in a lot of stuff, but okay, fine, whatever. I mean, they said that Rihanna was not at the courthouse study. She was not showing up. I don't know what that's all about, but sound like a little trouble in paradise. I just have questions because, first of all, I wasn't really following this story for a long time. I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't think it was going to get this to this point. But I'm like, what did that man say to make you want to shoot him, though? They got you on video. Like I heard I didn't see the footage, but they said that they noticeably seen you with the gun. You could have killed this man. Like what's not clicking? Why are we not thinking? And there's this notable quote from Steve Harvey, even though I don't mess with Steve Harvey, but he made this quote one time and he said, "You ruined your tomorrow because of a stupid mistake you made today." Ain't nothing that man would have said to make you want to sit there and actually pull out a gun and shoot the man. Okay. I don't get it. You got kids. You know, I mean, this is before your first child, like literally a year before. I just don't, I don't understand, like, what is wrong with walking away from certain situations. I don't think that it was like some type of like what the prosecutors are trying to say that, oh, he planned to do this and this is like a premeditated situation. No, I think this was definitely spare the moment. Y'all got into an argument and then y'all said some things that maybe y'all shouldn't have said, and then it escalated how it escalated. Like I'm not all with that. Oh, you know, it was a collusion. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Y'all just trying to add more time to this man. I feel bad for the kids. I mean, because if he is like convicted, he could be facing up to 20 years. And as a celebrity, it's like what, 10 years, 10 max, maybe like 5 if you were lucky. But damn, no, I mean, Tory got 10 years and he shot Meg. I don't care what y'all say, he shot Meg. And he shoot this man knuckles. I mean, oof. I mean, he didn't die, but still, like, you could have killed him. Like, you hit that right vessel or the wrong vessel, for lack of a better term. I don't know. What you guys think about this? This is definitely crazy. We'll see how this. We'll update you on whatever the verdict is. I don't know how soon this case is going to be, but we will definitely keep you posted on it. Okay. Now, another topic I want to get into before I give you some before we get up out of here, because we about to get up out of here, child. It wasn't much to talk about this week. Sexyy Red and Bruno Mars dropped a song. First of all, let's get into the things. Okay, I can't play the music for obvious reasons, honey. I'm not trying to get copyrighted. But Bruno Mars and Sexyy Red latest collab, Fat, Juicy, and Wet, okay, is causing quite a stir online. The new song paired with both music videos and the audio of Sexyy Red twerking, and you know, it definitely, you know, it was something. It was something. I don't know what it was, but it was something. I'll tell you this, because a lot of people are making the little comments like, "Oh my goodness, is the rent really due, Bruno? Like, what's going on? We're doing so many different stuff." Because you know, a lot of people are talking about his gambling problem. I'm hearing about, like, girl, gambling. Gambling and in 2025 we are gambling still, child. We still got gambling issues, girl. Let me tell you something. If I had any amount of money that Bruno Mars had, child, gambling wouldn't be my thing. I put all that shit in the bank, in the savings, not going nowhere. Okay, especially at this time of it, in this age. I just never understood that. I never understood the concept of like people going, even when you're not rich. Okay, because I know some people that will go out and they go to the slots, they'll play some of the games over there. And the only way, somebody said this on TikTok too, the only way I will be at somebody's casino playing some games for some damn money is if they had Uno. If they did Uno over there at them casinos, I'm in there. I'm in there doubling nothing. I don't care. I'm so, because I love me some Uno. But ain't nowhere in the world I'm spending my hard-earned money on some. And see, you speak to an avid gambler, they'll sit there and tell you, because I tell them, I'm like, if I make this much, I'm leaving. It's like, oh, see, no, you got to put it in there because you can make more. See, that's where you be messing. Just shut up. If I get a good amount of money that I'm good with, I'm leaving. I'm cashing it out because I know if I play again, it's gone. Y'all are crazy. But anyway, in regards to Bruno Mars, I think that he's always been that type of artist that always like changed the trajectory of his persona. He started off with Grenade and Lazy Song. It was like popular music. It was, you know, regular traditional pop. Then he did, you know, Locked Out of Heaven, which was more of a rock type vibe. It was seamless in the beginning, but now, you know, he started to do like the Motown stuff, and he did work with Anderson .Paak and stuff, and he did, you know, like a 90s rap kind of vibe thing with Cardi B. Like, he's always done like different type of music. There is no set personality that you can attach to Bruno Mars. He's literally done I remember somebody said this like a long time ago, and it do it what you will. If it's shade or not, I don't care. I think it's kind of the truth. But like somebody said that Bruno Mars is the person that you hire to play Michael Jackson at a birthday party. You know, he encompasses so many different personas and so many different he just did a K-pop song, which was kind of good. It was kind of good. I love the song he did with Gaga. And I actually like the Sexyy Red song. It's I can see it doing top 10. But he is that guy that just, he puts on different masks and different outfits and turn into whatever he wants to turn into. And that's just the type of artist that Bruno Mars is. This is not nothing new. I think people are just surprised that when he's working with Sexyy Red, he'll work with Cupcake tomorrow. He worked with Cardi B, so that obviously isn't like that shouldn't have been a surprise that he ended up just working with Sexyy now. His music is very gimmicky. It's always been that way, And sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't. Lately, it hasn't been. Because I like the K-pop song. The Gaga song was good too. This is good, but some of the stuff he did before, I was like, I don't know about that. Like his stuff with Anderson .Paak, I never can get down with that. Like I'm being honest, like the Motown persona, I was like, because I don't really like Motown like that. Like I'm not really a Motown type of person. That's just not my time, obviously. But I definitely don't like people mimicking it. Like, absolutely not. No. Try again. He'll probably work with Suki Hyundai, honey. Child, look. He will work with Suki Hyundai. I'm telling you right now. That will be the next person. I'm telling you right now. You heard it here from me. But anyway, did y'all like the song? Let me know in the comments. All right, now we do got some news to get into, like just some quick news before I get up out of here. Martin Lawrence, he really surprised me. He got on the Breakfast Club and he talked about how there's so many claims of like black men. He said men in acting, but black men in particular, because nobody's coming for the white men to do it. But black men in acting that dress in as women, basically selling their soul to Hollywood. I'm gonna play the clip. Now I gotta take it off because Breakfast Club be wanting to stop me. Okay, so I can't really show the video, but you can definitely hear it. So this is what he said.
Also wondered too, but when growing up, watching you play Shanae, watching you in Big Mama's house, I never thought anything of it. I just thought it was funny. But nowadays you hear people say, "Oh, that's you got to sell your soul in Hollywood, and that's humiliation rituals and the Illuminati." Yeah. What do you think of that?
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Doing what I do and doing Big Mama and characters like that, Shanae or whatever. These are strong black women, and I'm a comedian, and I'm not above playing a character, putting on a dress or whatever, because I'm in tune with my manhood, so I know who I am, so I don't worry about all that.
We seen it with Eddie, but now it seems like everybody, like he said, is afraid to do that, but...
Except for Tyler.
Except for Tyler.
Yeah. If you're in tune with your manhood, you shouldn't be worrying about it, If you ain't letting nobody get under your dress.
Okay, and I'm going to stop there, child. I agree. Here's the thing. A person does not have to, if you, like he said, if you are secure in your manhood, honey, you can wear a dress and it'd be nothing. It'd be nothing. You take it right on off and do what you got to do. There is such a performance to be like a heterosexual black man. It's not really a performance it's kind of, you can see it in the white male community. I don't know about white men. I'm not in that community, so I'm not sure. But to be like a heterosexual black man, because I'm not heterosexual, obviously, honey. I'm just observing what I see, what I notice in certain people. It is kind of a performance that y'all have to put on, and the whole thing of like, oh my goodness, like we seen like the person that played Trent's the character in Big Mama, Brandon T something, I forgot his name. But he talked about how, like, oh my goodness, I got cursed by putting on the dress when I did the Big Mama movie and all this other stuff. Like, they're trying to make all these little things like, oh my goodness, this is a ritual, this is evil, this is this, that, and the third. It's so, I think what I see now, we see men like, let me put this in perspective. I think a lot of people are just jumping on the bandwagon because that has been an age-old topic when we're talking about the gay agenda, the having men wear dresses, sagging pants and all that other stuff, which I think sagging pants is kind of like that should be outlawed. I don't think people are doing it no more anyway. But at the end of the day, they're trying to make this old humiliation ritual, and Hollywood is trying to make black, like we've seen black actors that become really successful and they never did that before. And we've seen black actors that have done those roles and wore dresses and their careers didn't really go that far off of, from where they are. So it really is not, to be honest, like I could give you an example of someone that never did it before. Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is still doing freaking blockbuster films. Okay, never wore a dress before. I feel like if that's the case, Martin Lawrence should be way farther than what he is now. I know that his health situations has slowed him down and stuff like that, but like, come on. I mean, Will Smith was another one. He never wore no dress, and he became Will Smith. He was in every movie. So I think that we need to be careful when we have those conversations, and just like it comes off as hive mind mentality. You see one man do it or say something about it, then I feel like, oh, I wore this before, so I feel like I have to like say, yeah, I was kind of colluded into doing it. Get the out of here with that shit. Okay, it's so performative. Like I said, very performative. And if you are secure in your manhood, you ain't got to do all that just to prove that you're a man. You just actively live in that persona. Okay. I do, however, feel like people should stop. And the reason why I feel like people should stop wearing dresses is because of the original argument and how it just is offensive to women. Like when you look at characters like a Big Mama or Shanae, it always showed the negative, even Medea, it showed the negative connotations of like black women. Got that. If that would have been the argument to begin with, yes, absolutely. Men should stop wearing women's dress. Men should stop posing as women in movies and skits and whatever you want to call it, because it's offensive. It's not a ritual. Grow up. Anyway, another topic I wanted to get into, child. Why? Girl, you heard Deb dragging Tasha K. Well, Tasha K started it as she always does, honey. Girl, listen what Tasha K said.
Then fathers have 4 to 5 kids. Now kids have 4 to 5 fathers. You're not a woman. You do not have ovaries. So therefore, do not tell me how I could be a woman. This conversation is above you and it's for grown folk. Sperm count still ain't came up. Deb got, his mama Deb, she got all the testosterone. That's a lot of woman. I ain't see her pregnant with Walker either, So I feel like she just
Here
took
we go with that transphobia, girl.
all the testosterone. She just kept it and didn't give him any. And that's why he's sterile now. That's why he can't have no babies. Yeah. Moving on.
She be doing too goddamn much, but this is what Deb said, though.
Know that I'm definitely playing myself out of character right now, okay? Tasha K, you'll enjoy yourself playing with yourself more than playing with me, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and go for, I really just had to shut myself up. You wasn't supposed to see me pregnant.
Come on.
Who are you to see somebody pregnant and worrying about who I had or what testosterone I got, because you don't want me to use it on you.
Not testosterone.
Okay? I'm not the rest of these people. Leave me alone. I don't mess with you, okay? And I'm not the one that you're going to make that dollar off of. You're going to need that dollar for something else.
Oh.
You want to play with something? Play with yourself. You'll have more fun. I know
that. All right. Okay. Shout out to Deb. Even though I don't really mess with your son, your conservative Trump supporting ass son, and you might be a Trump supporter too, Deb. I mess with her though. She always gonna get it straight. Okay. Tasha K, you ain't shit. Now, what Walker said probably was like, it definitely was like, girl, sit your little Trump supporter ass down. Don't come for the mama. Don't come for Deb. Okay, Deb don't be doing nothing to nobody. Her with her little Nicki Minaj bust down. She got on child. Shout out to the Deb. Okay, Tasha, worry about paying Cardi B. Anyway, is there anything else we got to talk about here before I get up out of here? Oh wait, I don't. Oh, there it is. I mean, I guess we could talk about Dr. Heavily a little bit. Dr. Heavily, you know, she gets in her little lives and be talking about all the cast members of Married to Medicine so she can have storylines and arguments with them when they tape. She's coming back after Toya again. Not surprised. Basically, she claims that Toya did not contribute to that Met Gala situation that they had on that show. I have been actively watching Married to Medicine. I'm going to start, and I'm just letting y'all know now for the YouTubers and stuff like that, I'm going to start doing my reality TV videos. Okay, I promise. I'm going to start off with Housewives of Atlanta because I just want to start off with a show that I know, that I've watched for years. And then we'll see kind of where it goes. I might go into the OWN network and maybe get into Huntsville and start doing all that other stuff. Like, I want to start doing that stuff. But anyway, I've been watching Married to Medicine, and girl, this season is giving me life, but I'm just like, y'all just full of shit. A lot of y'all are. This is what Dr. Heavily said, though, about Toya.
Toya look good. Toya look good. If staying home with your man, damn how the house is rented, damn how all of that, I don't care about none of that no more because I done talked to y'all about that already. With a high-ass mortgage, but that's okay.
Oh.
Not mortgage, even lease. High-ass, can't write it off, but that's okay because she living in a loving lap of luxury and she look good. Look at her. Come on now, somebody. Y'all old hags out there working in y'all offices and Toya, she not thinking about no damn money. In fact, this is who I really need to be in the ass on, but I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to be click because we had a whole freaking Met Gala and she ain't giving out a damn dime. She gave $1,000, bitched about it so bad, Jackie gave it back to her. But now you're going back on the next episode. Now, For Cure for Moms is a great foundation. The man, wife died. Judge Glenda Hatch's son. Get y'all this. Toya look good.
Okay. Well, not Toya responded, child. This girl always lying for attention. If I would have known her as a child, I would have tried to give her the love that she lacked. Okay. I'll bring my receipts and more to the reunion. I won't entertain a woman who's trying to hide her secrets in creating drama with the cast. Here's the thing. We get into this my whole thing with Married to Medicine is that Heavenly will get on her live and will talk about the cast members that she talk about. And then they get on the show and then they make a whole thing like, oh my God, why would you talk about me on there? Then it's a whole big blowout. And then they get over it. They kiss and make up, and then Heavenly goes back to doing the same thing over and over and over again. It is working right now for y'all, for now. Okay. But I'm telling you right now, that formula in the drama that keeps this, the show alive a little bit, it's not going to last because, girl, Heavenly does this all the freaking time. She gets on her live, she talks about people, and then they come for her on the show. They get over it. Then she does it again. They get on reunion. Like, it's weird. It's weird. I do agree with Toya when she said, girl, she definitely, like, it gave very much, she was not loved at home. And you probably got some inner workings to really work on at home in your new home. Because you got all this to say about everybody else and their marriages and their situations and all that. What's going on with you, Heavenly? I cannot wait till that tea drops. And I feel like it's gonna be when the show is on its last leg, and it's like, okay, now we need to really look into the whole Damon cheating rumors and all that other good stuff, because this has been going on for too long, and anybody, we ain't got no tea on you. Your marriage is perfect. Oh, absolutely not. No, there's something. I believe Mariah when she said, do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl? Because I think she got the receipts, and I think Contessa got the receipts too. I mean, she was naming names. Heavenly, this may not be the fight you want. Just know your days is numbered. Your days is numbered. Okay, let's be very clear on that. But you guys will tell me what y'all think in the comments. And I will be doing reviews on Married to Medicine. I don't know if I just want to do like a video of this current season in the reunion. I don't know what I want to do with that. But I definitely want to start talking about Married to Medicine some more. And also we will be getting into Real Housewives of Atlanta and all that other stuff. And it will be available for the audio podcast listeners too. So I don't want y'all to feel like y'all being left out with all this content that's coming out. I will be posting stuff on the audio podcasting as well. And I think that is it for this show. We've been on for a good hour and some change. I had a good time. I hope you guys have a good time listening and watching this too. And I will see you guys next time. The next time we will be on We Are You Radio. Let's also, because I forgot to mention that as well. I should have put that in the beginning of the show, but hopefully you guys are still here. I'll definitely make some community tabs. But I'm taking over the We Are You morning crew. The show will air, I believe, 6 to 10. I think that's the time, but the real time, if it's not the real time, I will have that on my community tab. And it works in tandem with my 12 p.m. schedule anyway, because after I'm done on the morning, the show goes live everywhere at 12 p.m. EST. If you care about listening to live radio, you want to listen to some music while you watch or listen to my podcast, you want to get on We Are You Radio, okay? And I'll let you know more about that in the community tabs and all that other stuff and posting on Instagram, wherever you find me or whatever. So thank y'all so much for listening. I will see you guys next time, okay? I'm about to eat my breakfast, honey, because I did an early show. All right, bye, y'all.